Hey, how's it going? This is Josh from Books by Josh, and I want to welcome you to episode number 6 of the Books by Josh show. This episode is titled, Don't Look at the Downs of Life, Look at the Ups of Life. Just so you know, this is now a Be Positive No Matter What episode. Just like any other of my episodes of this show is my opinion on certain topics, and my opinion is 100% real. So, like always guys, let's dive in. It's impossible for the average person to stay positive all of the time. Okay? That's why I'm telling you, this is not be positive no matter what. Somebody throw sand in your eyes, stay positive, guys. No. Okay, so let me quote Sylvester Stallone in his character Rocky Balboa in the movie titled Rocky Balboa. No one hits harder than life. If you have a clue what I'm talking about, you're gonna clearly know what it's about. If not, I highly recommend that you pause this podcast right now, go on YouTube, look up the movie Rocky Balboa, and just type in motivational on YouTube right now. Come on. So now that you're back, or if you never left, let's dive into that. Okay? Life has its ups and downs, but for some reason we tend to focus on the downs more than the ups. Just think of all the people that you know who complain about anything. When I say anything, it can be their job, their commute to work, not just the job, the government. Or even complain about the weather. Man, is it hot today? Why is it hot? Why can't we get cool weather? Or why is it cold? Come on, just things like that, okay? So now that you've all got that negative guy, negative Nancy, okay? We're going to use negative Nancy right now. So take negative Nancy and try to think of the times they spoke about the ups in their life. Okay? Think about it. So, what do they mostly talk about? The downs or the ups in their life? Okay? Negative Nancy. That's why I shall now patent the term on the Books by Josh show as negative Nancy when I refer to negative people, okay? So, no offense if your name is Nancy. So, I once worked with a new guy that did nothing but complain about everything under the sun. Okay? They complained about money, the lack of it. They kept dwelling on all the issues rather than trying to find a way to turn this down to an up. Okay? So focusing on the down parts of life can also affect our financial futures. You're saying to yourself, what are you talking about financial futures? Wasn't this a positivity stream? A show about just being positive? No, guys. Okay? This affects your financial future. Okay? If you're an investor and you focus on the down parts of life, then you will sell and buy at the wrong moments of the market. What do I mean? The average investor sold most of their stocks in the financial crisis of 2008. It's one of the worst crises since the Great Depression. But guess what? The market bounced back up. So if you were held out, you would have been great. Okay, while most people were selling, investors like Warren Buffett were investing heavily in the market because it was a sale. That's how they viewed it. Okay? Warren Buffett, the Oracle from Omaha. So, anybody who bought and held made amazing profits because they bought on sale and sold at retail. So, do you think the average investor learned? Of course not. How do I know, you asked? Well, let's take a look at Brexit. Everybody was scared about the whole Brexit phenomenon and that the market was going to crash, the dollar's going down, the euro's going down. So you know what they said? Let's buy gold. They start selling everything else and buying up gold. But guess what? Because of that, the average investor ended up overpaying for gold. And then in a week or two, the prices dropped so much that they lost substantial amounts of money because They believed in gold because the market was going to crash. Okay, Chicken Little? Stop focusing on the negatives, guys. Focus on the ups of life. Okay? Focusing on the ups of life actually helped change the world. What do I mean by this? You ask again? Well, many of the great innovations in the past 50 years have been made by people who focus on the positives of life. Look at Zuckerberg, Facebook. He did Facebook. There were other social media sites like Skullnet, MySpace, okay? But guess what? He said, wow, this is going to be something big, and he went with it. And look at Facebook, one of the biggest companies in the world. Okay? They take the negative aspects of the life, the downs, and turn them into ups. Okay? Sounds confusing. But like I said with Zuckerberg, his down was he needed money, started a company, made money. Okay? Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak were unsatisfied with the way PCs were made and marketed, so they did something about it. Okay? Mark Cuban was fired from his job as a software salesman, so he used it as an opportunity to start his own IT business, installing software. Okay? This is the thing that separates entrepreneurs and the average Joe. Do you know what that thing is? It's the way they view things. Okay? It's the age-old question. How do you see the cup? Half empty or half full? Okay? You can't just focus on the aspects that are negative in life. Like, prime example. Right now, I'm recording this episode, and I also did a YouTube video for the day. From going from the hospital to sushi. And my father's in the hospital, you know? But guess what? He had major surgery on his neck and back, had some vertebrae removed. And I can't just focus on the negative, oh, he's in the hospital. But guess what? What am I going to do? Can't focus on that. I have to focus on the positivity. He's still with us, you know? So, remember, life isn't always sunshine and rainbows, guys. There's rain, clouds, and shade. Start focusing on things that are out of our control. We can focus on what's in our control. Like in my case, I can still put out content. Okay? Like tomorrow, when I get to work, I had an order of books shipped to my job, 50 books. I have to get ready to market those on the site, guys, and to people in bookstores. We have to push on. We can't just focus on the negatives, guys. Focus on the ups rather than the downs of life. And guess what? The recent events with my father was the exact inspiration for this episode. Because the average person would say, oh my God, everything's coming to an end, blah, blah, blah. Listen, can't focus on the negative part of it. He's still with me. And he's recovering. Guess what? That's it. I'm not going to sit there in the hospital all day crying, this and that. I have to put out more content for you guys. I have to work on myself, my brand, everything else I have going on. Okay? So, like I said, this is more of a rant like always, but it's me telling the truth about a topic that I think we have to touch up on. Okay? If you enjoyed this episode of the Books by Joshua, please feel free to subscribe. If you want more content, feel free to visit my site, booksbyjosh.com. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can find me at booksbyjosh. On Facebook, booksbyjoshR. You would like to support me, feel free to visit my Patreon page, which is, of course, patreon.com/booksbyjosh. And guys, like always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.